What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I created these spring pastel ombre nails with flowers and some really cute butterfly glitters and everything like that. I finally conquered my fear of gel polish ombre. I realized yesterday that I don't really do gel polish ombres because I'm always used to like building up my nails with acrylic and polygel, so I usually do my ombres with that. So I was a little bit scared, but it actually ended up working out and I found an easy way to do it, so keep watching if you want to see how I did that. But right now I'm mixing up my colors. I have some pastel colors from Nail Reserve LA and Madame Glam, but they weren't light enough. I wanted like really light pastels, so I'm mixing them with white. I'm putting a little bit of each color on my palette and then just mixing a little bit of white gel polish into them to make them like really pastel. I really wanted that spring like light pastel look, if you know what I mean. So I'm using this pink shade from Nail Reserve LA called Pixie Dust, this blue shade from Nail Reserve called Another Glass, also a purple shade from them called Polish Me Pretty, a mint green shade called Ice Mint, and then the yellow shade is from Madame Glam and it's called Lightborn, and I'm mixing them all with White Reserve from Nail Reserve. I'm just like using the polish brush right out of the bottle and like mixing it in really quick. I'm making sure to wipe my brush off so I don't like mix the colors or anything like that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and prep my nails. As you can see, I already applied my nail tips and shaped them up off camera. So now I'm going in with my Mia Secret dehydrator, 1 coat of that and 2 coats of Young Nails Protein Bond. I'm gonna wait for that to dry and then I'm gonna go in with a base gel to prep my nails. This is gonna be like a gel polish polygel set, so I'm prepping my nails with the base gel as always to make sure that the gel has something to grip onto and I don't get any lifting or anything like that. The Mia Secret dehydrator and the Young Nails Protein Bond is my go-to. I'm never like using anything else again because my nails have been staying on so good lately, and I realized when I stopped using it they would break off a lot. So if I ever say I'm using another primer, tell me not to, because it never ends up working out. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the gel polish ombre. I'm gonna be using a gel brush for this. I find that applying thin coats of the gel really helps to blend them together, so I'm gonna be going in with 2 coats for each ombre that I'm doing. So I found that the easiest way to do this is to start by painting your bottom color first, and like I said, thin coats, and then wipe your brush off, go in with the second coat and kind of like start brushing it up higher and then like blend it down and brush it into the tip color a little bit, just to blend it. Don't brush it all the way through because obviously you'll mix the colors, and you don't have to get the blend right on the first try. This is kind of to just get the colors on the nail, and then you can go back on the second coat and like really blend everything together. On the second coat everything just blends together like effortlessly this way. I don't know why I've never thought of doing it this way. I kind of was just like doing it really quick and it kind of just like turned out to be like a really easy way to do gel polish ombre, for me at least. On the second coat, what I do is I go in with the top color first and then blend that down into the tip color. Then I go in with a second coat of the tip color and kind of just blend it right there in the middle. Like I said, don't like brush the colors into each other too much because then the colors will just mix together and it won't look blended, if you know what I mean. So I did pink and yellow and purple and green on those 2 nails, and on these next 2 nails I'm gonna be doing blue and pink and then blue and purple. Next, I'm going to be applying some of this glitter gel from Meet Across over the tips of all the nails. This glitter gel has like butterfly glitters and stars and stuff in there, and then there's some other like little dot glitters in here, and it's kind of like spring theme colors, so I figured it would go really good with this set as the base. So I'm applying everything sparsely over the tip of the nails because I didn't want too much glitter, because I'm going to be adding flowers and stuff later on, and I wanted the flowers to be like the main focus of this set. So I didn't want like everything to clash and then you wouldn't really see like the flowers later on, if you know what I mean. It's just to have like little hints of like glitters in the background of the flowers. So at first I was just applying the butterflies like to the middle of the nails, but I kind of like switched it up before I went to go cure and like put some of the butterflies more towards the bottom of the nail or the top of the nail on some of the nails, so that when I go to apply the stickers you'll be able to see the butterflies still, because if I put them in the middle of the nail and then I apply the flower stickers later on, they're gonna get covered up. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the top color for the ombre on all of the nails. So I was originally thinking of using gel polish, but it wouldn't really work out that great since my natural nails are there, so it kind of look weird. So I have some polygel colors that kind of match this set. I didn't have like all the polygel colors like I actually used of the gel polishes, but I do have like this very light pastel pink shade, a purple one, and a light yellow. So I'm going to be using this really light pink shade from Glam called Memory, and I'm just applying a little bit of it on these two nails, a very small amount, and just blending it into the tip color, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cure. My camera did die when I went to go do the other two nails. On the pointer fingernail I used this purple shade from Beetles in the shade 90. It's like a pastel purple, and then I used this pastel yellow shade, which you see me going in with the second coat of it right now. It's from the Modelones All Seasons Polygel Kit in the number 298. It's a pastel yellow, so I'm using that for this nail. These are kind of like similar to the colors I used on the tips, so everything went together really nicely. And the last step for the base on the nails is to encapsulate with Makartt Clear Polygel. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So as always, I'm just squeezing the polygel right onto the nail straight out of the bottle. I kind of just judge how much I need, and I did have to go in with a little bit more polygel on these nails because this set was a little bit longer, and I needed to like add a little bit more to the tips of them. But for the first coat, I just kind of like squeeze the polygel out onto the nail, and as you can see, that little rounded end that I squeeze out first, I leave that up by the nail bed area to build my apex. So initially when I start patting the polygel in place, I start patting it up and around the cuticle area very thin because you don't want your cuticle area to be bulky. So you want to brush it out really thin around the cuticle area, then brush it onto the nail bed to build your apex. You could use a little bit of base gel as a slip solution. If your polygel is firm, it will help soften it, and I'm using isopropyl alcohol as well if my brush gets too sticky. But yeah, I brush it onto the nail bed to start building my apex, and then I pat the polygel side to side down the nail, and I kind of just remove any excess polygel that gets like bunched up at the end. I also turn my nail to the side and use my brush to smooth out any bumps or anything before I go ahead and cure. That's a good thing about this polygel, you have that time to like work with it before you go ahead and throw your hand in the lamp, so definitely take advantage of that.
Rainy.
As you can see, I'm going in with a little bit more polygel on these nails. Like I said earlier, I did add a little bit extra. I made this set longer because I feel like it was more flattering for the type of look that I was going for, and I can add like more stickers and colors onto the nails. So I made this set a little bit longer. So I'm going in with a little bit of extra polygel because there was a little bit more polygel towards the top of the nail, so there was kind of like a dip towards the tip of some of the nails. So I'm going in with a little bit more polygel to fill that in, and then going in with a little bit more near the apex area on the middle finger. The pointer finger was fine, but on these three nails I just had to go in and add a little bit more. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and start filing the nails. I did cleanse the tacky layer of gel off of my nails before doing this. You want to make sure that you do that because you won't be able to file your nails with that coating on there. It will make it a lot harder to file them and you just won't get anywhere without cleansing them. So you want to make sure that you cleanse your nails with some isopropyl alcohol or a nail cleanser. And I'm using a 180 sanding band and also one of my Melodysusie nail drills. I can't remember exactly which one this is at the moment, but I will have everything linked down below with my discount codes, including the polishes and nail trims and everything like that. But yeah, I'm just using a 180 sanding band because polygel falls down pretty fast. I'm using my drill on 18,000 RPMs. So I'm starting by filing around the cuticle area. I file the cuticle area thin to the nail so that it looks natural, like it's growing out of my actual cuticle area. And then I kind of like file side to side down the nail to smooth out any bumps or lumps in the nail. I also file along the side walls and underneath the nail. You can see the structure of the overall nail when I turn my hand to the side. You always want the little hill for your apex. You don't want like a big giant hill, but you do want a little hill for your apex. That's where your nail gets most of its strength from. And then you do want a little bit of thickness towards the free edge, but as your nail goes from the apex to the free edge, it should get gradually thinner, but not too thin to where your nails are going to break or anything like that. You do need some structure towards the tip of the nail, especially if you have long nails like this. And when you're looking down the barrel of your nail, your sidewall should always be the thinnest part of your nail. You don't want to file all the product off of the sides of your nail, but you do want them to be thin. So when you're looking down the barrel, it should be nice and thin. And then, like I said, always file underneath the nail to get out any product or anything. And I do also use the drill to kind of like redefine the shape of my nails before I go in with my hand file. It just saves a lot of time.
Rainy.
Then I'm going to go ahead and shape up the nails with this 180 grit hand file. So I'm doing a long tapered square. So I start by filing the bulk off of the sides of my nail. So I'm holding my file straight and filing the bulk off of the sides of the nail until I'm satisfied with like the overall width of the nails. Just make sure that you're alternating sides. You never want to file one side more than the other because then they'll end up uneven. And make sure you're holding your file straight no matter what you're doing. So I do that to get the bulk off of the sides of the nail, and then to taper in the tip of the nail, I hold my file straight but at an angle and file in towards the tip of the nail. And then to file the free edge, I hold the file at an angle and then file straight across to get a really nice straight free edge.
Rainy.
After I'm done shaping the nails up, I go in with my buffer and buff over the entire surface of the nails, and this will help get out any scratches that are in your nail and also smooth out any like rough edges so that you're not like scratching yourself or anything. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and start applying the flower stickers to my nails. So I have these pink and white flower stickers. I'm using some tweezers to apply them. Just make sure that when you put them on the nail, you smooth them out so that they're nice and flat on the nail and they don't pop up through your top gel or anything like that. These kind of like were hard to get off of here. Like some of them I messed them up a little bit, so I couldn't use them, but it was only a couple of them. Just make sure you like peel them back slowly, because sometimes some of the flour doesn't come off all the way and it kind of like tears, but you can put it back down and kind of like slowly peel it back sometimes and you'll get the whole thing off of there. I couldn't find like my sharper tweezers, so I just had to make it work, and these little stars were like so hard to like try to put on there. They were so tiny, but I'm using both colors because I wanted some contrast on the nails. And then there's like these little diva flicks as stickers, so I'm gonna be putting those on the nails as well, along with the little stars. The way I'm placing them is so that you can still see some of the butterfly glitters and stuff through the flowers and stuff, since that was the whole reason I applied them. So like I said, I applied the butterfly glitters a certain way so that you would still be able to see them after I applied the flower nail stickers. Just make sure that when you put them on the nail, you smooth them out so that they're flat and they don't pop up to your top coat later on.
Rainy.
to finish up the set, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this little dangle charm that I have. It's like a flower and it almost kind of looks just like the flowers on my nails, so it kind of like went together really well. And I also found like a matching butterfly one for my other hand, so I'm just gonna apply one charm because I didn't want to cover up a lot of the stickers, because that was the whole point of adding them to the nail. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and top coat the nails. For the nail with the dangle charm, I top coat the first half of the nail first and then the second half to avoid like the little dangle piece from sticking to the nail, because in the past that has happened. So I kind of just flip it up when I'm gonna go ahead and top coat. I find that's the best way to avoid like the charm from sticking to your nail and like not moving around. But yeah, other than that, that is it for this set. I'm obsessed with the way these came out. I love the color combination and everything. I'm so glad I mixed these colors with white so that they were like really light pastels instead of just using them how they were, because I don't have super light pastels like this, and I'm just like in love with all the colors and the flowers, the glitters, everything. I hope you guys like this set. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. Please leave me a like before you leave. I would really appreciate it. Also, if you're new, make sure you hit the notification bell and subscribe so you get notified when I upload videos every week. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you're not already. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. I love you guys.
Rainy.